So this is a storyline reading for Miss Meshay Melendez, if I'm saying it correctly. She was murdered, her and her little girl, by ex-boyfriend of hers that felt he had to murder her for the most selfish reasons, because she didn't want to drop charges against him that he well deserved. Okay, universe. You want spiritual justice from this person, but the law gonna deal with him first. And God wants spiritual justice from you. Let me see, what is his name? Because, let's see, what is this man's name? You can't just go around just killing people because you want to, or abusing people because you want to, and then expect them to do everything you say. It has to be where it come down to when it comes to a woman being harmed by a boyfriend or whatever, any men, brothers, cousins, or anybody in the family, let whoever it is, let it be known to that person, man, you better treat my sister, my daughter, my cousin right, or you're going to have to deal with me. It got to get to being that way again in the world, because maybe these cowards will stop killing ladies if the people in the family or anything like anybody like that will let them know ahead of time, man, you better treat my sister right or you're going to have to deal with me. Get what I'm saying? Because back then, that's how it was. And they need to get back like that, because that's why these people can feel like they can just kill your relatives like that, because they feel comfortable where nobody in the family is telling these people and setting them straight ahead of time to let them know, you better not mistreat my sister, my daughter, my cousin, or whoever the person is to you. Get what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. I had to get that out because it gotta get back like it used to be, where people they have free reins in harming your relative because the men in the family is got their own stuff going on, and the ladies are on their own out there with whoever they talking to, and then the person they talking to feel like they can do anything they want because the men in their life is not involved in their love life. So they feel like, well, they ain't got to know you good enough where you ain't gonna do nothing. And that's why they even try that mess that they try, because they figure that the relatives ain't gonna do nothing and stuff like that. But it can't be where you get so comfortable with these people where you make them think it's okay that they can put hands on your sister, your daughter, your cousin, or whoever. You got to make sure he know from the get-go, you put your hands on my sister, man, you won't have to deal with me, on my cousin or my daughter or whoever it is. Bottom line. Okay? Now let's just find this story, Miss Meshay. But this man ridiculous. This man is a pure monster. This man was a monster, and he to get everything he deserved. He needs to get it, and he will get it. And God gonna get God justice over this side. This is a spiritual channel. God is gonna handle you, sir. You gonna get handled, sir. So the law gonna handle you, but God gonna handle you too, and maybe the prisoners. I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's see. Vancouver, Washington. Let's follow what this is. Do I have the right one? Meshay Melendez and her 7-year-old daughter Layla, right, is accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from customers at the bank she worked at and transferring the stolen money to an account under. What is this? Is this the right story? Let me see something. Kirkland Warren is accused of killing Meshay and Layla in March 2023. Ongoing parade of reported domestic violence. She was last seen in his car, and their bodies was found dumped in a rural area. Okay, let me just because it's saying stuff that I ain't know nothing about, but let's just see. The thing is him killing this young lady and her baby. That's all I'm concerned about. He pay. He go to jail, which he is in jail, and God gonna deal with him, because I don't care what she said or what she didn't say or whatever she did, whatever it is. He shouldn't have killed her and her child, and God gonna deal with him spiritually. So let's just see. Universe, give me a set of cards from the abuse and from healing of the soul. When you hurt someone deeply to the core and kill them, or just abuse, both of them. Five in my mind. We all you 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5. 9. I see a little squeaky, so please bear with me. I'm gonna try to get the 9 over here. Okay, let's flow. We got deck 9 of healing of the soul and deck 5 of the abuse cards. Bear with me. Let's tell you what the top cards. Okay, some choice words between. I'm gonna call her by her first name so I won't mess up, butcher her last name. I'm gonna say let me see, her name again, Meshay. So Miss Meshay. I'm gonna say it right there, Miss Meshay and Mr. Did I say his name was Warren? Shoot. Let me see, what was his name? Oh, I don't feel like going all the way through all that. I'm just gonna say her, Miss Meshay, and her boyfriend or whoever he was, ex-boyfriend or whoever this man was to her, ex or boyfriend. I'm just gonna call him her boyfriend for right now, okay? It was some choice words, and it was some defeat. I'm making a choice. That would be her, Miss Meshay. I'm making a choice. Believe what you wish. Like telling him she won out or whatever choice she's making here. Do not lower your standards. God didn't want her to lower her standards. Relations to not wanting her as a woman. Right here, so this right here, it usually be a man not wanting you as a woman. But I feel like we got to turn it around for her. She didn't want him. She didn't want to lower her standards. She didn't want him anymore. Get what I'm saying? So we have right here, she is getting a pocket full at work where he was. Okay, she wanted to supersize and be the kinkster, or he did. However it's flowing. She needed to plan her vision. Some kind of way she was groggy at one point. He was going to wash his hands on an African American, and that is what she was. He is talking to her from a car. He broke her off like a twig on a tree. Let's flow. This one says right here that he is going to be calm and conquer this thing while she was. I'm bruised inside, but I'm still me. It says right here, I'm ready to be guided to my path. She was ready to be guided to her path. Change up with this man because she existed for a bigger reason, God says, because she is dealing with a shark. He was the shark. Being adopted, either he was adopted, follow me, and he is blaming things on he a monster because he is adopted or raised by somebody else, where he was raised by his mother and she didn't show him love. Okay, he wanted her to take down the walls for love, Miss Meshay, right? And she on his achievements, follow me. He wanted no more lack. Well, God saying that she don't want it no more lack, and she had to start being responsible for herself, or he did, because she had deep feelings inside, or he did. He had a skin disorder, her moles, freckles, dimples, bruises, scars, tattoos, anything could be that. Unfortunately, something didn't smell right to Miss Meshay or to her boyfriend. Okay, because God didn't want her to go and fast like a sailor, follow me, and have a wise mind. Because he couldn't control himself in his own skin, is saying right here. Maybe she loved fashion. She wanted sensitiveness and softness from him, or he wanted it. She's going to fill out some applications, agreements, or anything like that and get happy. Anything as far as paperwork. Let's just put these together. Whoa. Okay, it says right here, he is jacking her up at one point some kind of way. But she need to start loving herself. Jacking her up could simply mean just jacking up from the clothes or begging her for money. Okay, it says right here, scaling things out for a rosy summer, or she was. Things she was going to do. Follow me. Okay, he said he mean to please. He aimed to please. Wondered about her sex life, who you dating, this and that, or whatever. He wanted to know. Follow me. Because God says she is educated, but God didn't want her to be a fool because she is dealing with a jackal. That would be her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whoever this man is to her. It was an S show because it was a carbon copy of what she'd been through before with this man. It repeated whatever he was doing. Okay, he wanted to checkmate with her for a peace treaty, but it wasn't happening. He wanted to checkmate. Okay, we say right here, he looked at her as a liability at one point. It was transparent. She is a liability to him. Follow me? So it says right here that, live your best life by getting healed. She is going to live her best life by getting healed and recovery for a brighter future. But this would be for her family. Live your best life by getting healed for a brighter future. So it says right here that she had to become groomed to what God created her to be at birth, not what somebody else groomed her to be. And she was going to let her sounds be heard loud and clear. And she did with this man because he wanted full range submission, full range, docile. Follow me? So it was time for her to act. He wanted her to promise, you're not going to turn me in, you're not going to do whatever he wanted her to promise. It was time for her to act. But it was also time for her to act, to try to save herself. Right? So we hear right here that she was going to move on with her life and just chalk this up as a loss. It ain't work out between me and him. But he wanted her to chalk it up as a loss also. Get what he's saying? He wanted her to move on with your life and just chalk this up and act like I ain't do what I did to you. Get what I'm saying? Okay. So it says right here with this one right here that the loss of a spouse, a boyfriend, or girlfriend, you are free. Heal yourself by coming forward. He need to come forward and say all he did and why he did it and everything else. Come forward. It says parents should not walk away. So, will I ever know who born me? So I don't know what his parents, did he know his parents? They walked away. They wasn't supportive or anything as far as his parents. Okay. So it says right here, he was touching, trying to go all the way with her as far as romantically, or he's taking shortcuts some kind of way to get to her. Right? Or he wanted to shortcut parade. He wanted her to change her mind and not make something happen to help him out. Get what I'm saying? It says right here, depression only lasts for so long, so some kind of way she got a little depressed about this situation, or he did. And she chose herself. That mean, no, I'm taking this to court or whatever it is. Or he chose himself and decided, no, he had to make a move because he wanted to make sure he survived. And he chose himself over her and her daughter. He was going to do what he had to do to make sure he's staying tall. Okay, it says right here, he was going to turn the tables around on her. And it was repercussions, right? Because she wasn't giving in, evidently. So it was repercussions for her not giving in. He turned the tables around and he did what he did to her. But he needed to make arrangements to get out of that camp, or she did. That means get out of some house she was in with this man. Follow me? He went full force, right? To do what he did, right? But she went full force because if she was going to grow some kind of business, she went full force. But he went full force too, to make happen what he wanted to make happen. Okay, it says right here, if he not a Leo, he just was action, like a fire sign, as far as being full force to do what he did that day or night. It might have been a Saturday, or don't have to be. It says Saturday is a good time, right? He is going to spring into his mission to do what he's going to do to her. He act like a fire sign if he wasn't full force to do what he did to murder her and her little girl. Or she was going to spring into her life's mission and do something. Go full force and make something happen in her life. To grow a business, do something positive. Because God said she had to build a path. Caution, Miss Meshay, you got to build a path. Okay, we're going to end it right here with something was on the floor she is looking for, or her boyfriend was looking for. She wanted God to show her the way. Okay, so it says right here, yeah, he was going to feel all his feelings. He was going to feel, he was in his feelings, and he is doing some thinking. And she was in her feelings, and she is doing some thinking. He wanted her to change up. She wasn't changing up. Yeah, he already made his decision all the way up here with this card. He's going to wash his hands on her all the way up here. I'm bruised, but I'm me inside. She's going to be the conqueror. He wanted to, she had changed up. She didn't, this card usually means that he don't want her. But he didn't want her. When he decided he was going to kill her, he didn't want her as a woman. So I can take it as regular way, because he didn't want her as a woman. If he is deciding he going to kill her, that meant he no longer wanted her as a woman. But she no longer wanted him as a man. Get what I'm saying? So this would be for Miss Meshay. Let me say it right. Miss Meshay Melendez. That was murdered by her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whoever this man was, and her daughter. And he's going to pay the price because he's in jail, and he's going to be in there and not come out. But God also want to deal with this man spiritually. You got to get spiritual justice from God. He have to. Okay? So, you can't just figure you can just go kill somebody because you want, or because they don't do what you say. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Like I said, it got to be more men in the families that stand up and let men know ahead of time. No, you're not going to be, you're going to represent, you're going to take care of my sister or my mother or whoever it is, or you're going to have to deal with me. That's what the men need to say. It used to be like that, but they got to get back in their proper places. Get back in position and let these men know ahead of time where they won't even try stunts like this man did. Get back in your positions. Get back in them. Because he wouldn't even try no stuff like that if he wasn't comfortable with that thing. Oh, nobody going to do nothing. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's what he did, what he wanted to do. There's enough of people like him doing that. It's time to get back in position, men, and protect your wife, your wives, your sisters, your cousins, your mother, whoever it is, your aunt, whoever the women is in your family. Get back in position and let those men know is a force to be reckoned with. If you do something to my sister, it's a force to be reckoned with. Get back in position. Because nobody could do nothing to me, and my son ain't going to do nothing about it. The only thing about it is I wouldn't want my son to be in trouble, but he would be in trouble for me. And that's the problem I wouldn't want. And that's all because of you supposed to not want somebody to hurt your loved one that's a female in your family. You don't let them just do what they want to do and think it's fine. It don't work like that. This man was out of order. He was out of order. And he was able to be out of order. He killed Miss Meshay, and he killed a little baby, a little child. He is out of order. This man was so out of order. He was so comfortable with his surroundings that he could just do what he wanted to. And it never should be like that. When it come down to somebody being connected to your loved one, don't let them be that comfortable to feel like they can just murder your loved one and beat your loved one up every other weekend and you don't do nothing about it. Don't let the comfort set in. You let them know ahead of time. Man, if you ain't going to treat my sister right, you better walk back out the door right now, because if I hear anything, you're going to have to deal with me. That's what it's supposed to be like. And you put that full force and that fear in him to let him know, I better not put my hands on his sister. Get what I'm saying? When he even think about it, he hear your words in his mind. Get what I'm saying? Full force. Because it's like ridiculous. It really is. You take her life away and her baby life away because of your selfishness. No, mister, you're going to pay. You're going to go to jail and pay. And you're going to pay definitely through God, because God wants spiritual justice. And God is going to make you weep, mister. God going to make you weep, mister. You're going to weep, mister. This the Brass Love One.